Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, I'm still in San Antonio, and let me just show you what's going on. So yeah, this is the location of my last vlog, and it turns out this whole area just isn't like a historical district where everything is historical. There's like a big outdoor mall right next to it. And as I was kind of exploring this place the other night, when I first got here, first thing I saw is, oh man, there's a Ripley's, believe it or not, and a wax museum here right next to each other. So I figured, you know what, we're gonna do a vlog and we're gonna go into these. So let's go, this is gonna be fun. I guess this is an authentic prop from one of the Batman movies. Batman Returns had a penguin with a rocket on his back. And got the COA there from Warner Brothers, so must be real, right? So this is a giant clamshell. Like sometimes some of these can get as big as 600 pounds. They sometimes use them as bathtubs for children. This is kind of an interesting kinetic sculpture. This thing goes around and around. Each time the pieces come together, it forms a face for a second. That's cool. Yeah, check out this mammoth skeleton. I don't know if it's real. It probably wouldn't be a real one in a Ripley's Believe It or Not museum, but it still gives you an idea of the size of these things. I mean, I'm walking right underneath this thing. Got to duck a little bit for that, but yeah, I guess that's what you did in World War I when you're stuck in the trenches and were bored. You made household items out of munitions. And there's some more too. A couple of coffee pots made out of munition shells. Okay, there's something you don't see every day. Apparently this is the largest lock of George Washington's hair in existence. I guess that was a big thing before they had cell phones and you could take selfies with your favorite celebrities, is to request a lock of their hair. And here's something that somebody got. I don't know, they claim this is a piece of the Berlin Wall, but I've seen pieces of the Berlin Wall. I've seen many pieces of the Berlin Wall. They don't look like this. First off, it's usually thicker. It's usually like 6 or 8 inches thick. That's only like about 2 inches thick. I don't know what that is. You ever heard the expression that says that guy's busier than a one-arm paper hanger? Yeah, apparently it's based on this guy, a guy named Albert Smith, who had one arm and was hired to wallpaper Robert Ripley's office. Check this out. It's a model ship made entirely of shells. Okay, this little section here is talking about the Hindenburg. For those of you who don't know, in 1937, a German dirigible called the Hindenburg was trying to land it in New Jersey, and it burst into flame and burned up on the landing pad. Well, apparently that's actually a piece of it. That's kind of cool. I don't know, I'm kind of tripping out a little bit because I'm convinced this moose was just talking a minute ago, daring me to sit on the couch. And now this guy seems very curious about whether I'm going to do it or not. Now look at these pictures behind you with the extra long fingernails and the split tongue. I don't know, I think it'd just be hard to get anything done in life if your fingernails were 36 inches long like that. I don't know, how do you get anything?
That a warrior who was brave enough to sit under a moose would be granted great fortune. Come on over and have a seat, Chief.
I don't know, it sounds like he just ran out of gas. What do you think? You got anything to add to that? No? You have beautiful eyes. Anybody ever tell you that? A little gassy too, aren't you? Alright, this one's kind of an interesting story. This is the story of Johnny Eck. And apparently Johnny Eck had a twin brother who was perfectly normal, but for some reason when Johnny was born, his body ended where his hips would be. And they didn't think he would live very long, but he actually lived into adulthood and became like an honor student and an artist. And I was thinking, you know, it looks like that guy from Freaks who had no arms or had no legs. And it's like, I was thinking of that, and I looked it up on IMDb, and yeah, it's the same guy. It's the guy from Freaks. Alright, there's something you don't see every day. That is a sculpture of Charlie Chaplin made out of tobacco leaves. Ironically enough, right below that it says that Charlie Chaplin once took part in a Charlie Chaplin look-alike contest and he lost. And if it couldn't get any worse than a tobacco leaf Charlie Chaplin, how about a used chewing gum Abraham Lincoln? Apparently the artist collaborated with a bunch of children in her school to get all the gum pre-chewed. Yum, yum. Okay, they just got a little wall up here of just little oddities. Apparently, at one point, Robert Ripley used to solicit people to send in ideas for his Believe It or Not series. And this is one of the submissions. This guy here apparently has like the loudest voice in the world. And when he was talking and projecting as loud as he could be heard miles and miles away. In fact, at one point, he was scheduled for a concert, and they got screwed up on the day that he was supposed to show, and he showed up a day early to do the concert, and they didn't have any sound set up or anything like that, and the guy says, no problem, I'll just do it on my own, you know, and basically sang to everyone, and within like 20 minutes, people from like 3 miles away started showing up, and they completely filled up this hall, and a lot of people got turned away, all because they heard him from miles away. Okay, there's a weird little black light section, and it's interesting though. It's in a section supposedly about Mars, so I'm not sure.
Many have been found before, but this one contained bits of organic compounds.
These are kind of cool.
Maybe vestiges of Martian life.
Get pictures of all these guys. One of these guys will probably be the cover photo. Maybe that one right there. What do you think? So apparently this is the strangest wig Ripley ever came across. Apparently that's all made of individual strands of silver wire. And it's all attached to like the cotton net beneath it. Check out this thing. This thing's like 12 feet long. It's a dragon ship from China made out of pure jade. Look at that thing. That thing's huge. It goes all the way up there. Alright, so somehow they've revealed my true self here. That's actually kind of funny. Alright, talk about having nothing to do in your life. This guy from Stockton, California built this big, giant, it's got to be about 30 foot tall replica of the Eiffel Tower out of toothpicks. It says there's like 110,000 of them in here. Holy cow. Okay, I guess it's 24 feet. And it weighs less than 5 pounds. That's awesome. That's kind of a trip. That's a 512-pound meteorite that they found in an African desert in 1836. Apparently the people who found it tried to melt it down for the steel and they couldn't get it to melt. I'm not sure what the point of all this is except to be anything but weird. And it's doing a pretty good job at that, I guess, huh? Alright, this is kind of funny. This is something that I guess, it doesn't say specifically when, but it was used to publicly humiliate or scold brides. If their husband thought that they were gossiping too much, they were forced to wear this thing, and this thing here in the front went in their mouth, and it was supposed to make it uncomfortable for them to talk. Yeah, okay. This is for people who've committed minor crimes. This was a way of humiliating them also, and also causing discomfort. And of course, check that out, there's a chastity belt. Alright, so this little section is about shrinking heads, and there's actually a little video up here that shows how the whole process is done. Yeah, that was more than I expected I'd learn today. Yeah, this is like that one that they have at the Museum of Illusion. Yeah, that'll break your brain a little bit. And in case they can't do that, they got a chicken exit for you. Okay, this is another one of those ones where we got funky things going on with the screens here. So it actually took me a little longer to get through that than I thought it would. So I think what we'll do is we'll catch some of the other ones on another day. I want to go back and get a little dinner in, and then I want to go check out the river walk for the next vlog. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.